Whitney and Lochan, again, just like the Kenny and Janae situation, I wanted to give it a couple of days because I'm like, more's gonna come out when she first tweeted or posted. It was vague if it was about Lochan or not, so I wanted to confirm. But now we know it's about Lochan. Let's get into it. First and foremost, Lochan, you have some nerve. You have some nerve. But I'm gonna come back to you. So people have been like getting onto Whitney, saying like, okay, why did you stay with him then if he said that to you? Did he actually say that to you? I don't believe you. Her sister had to drop the receipts of him basically apologizing via WhatsApp or whatever. So he did say it, okay? But then people were like, okay, but why did you say it? Why would you stay with someone that said something racist towards you? And da 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 da. Now, do I think this Kenny and Janae situation is one of the reasons why she's opening up about it now? Yes. But again, when something like this happens to you, sometimes you have to see someone else going through it or something similar that you feel, okay, I can speak out. It might have triggered her. Probably would have triggered me too. So I'm not mad at her for coming out at this time because he said it. Okay, it's like whether she came out about it when he first happened or now or when they first broke up, he still said it. Okay. Secondly, I was thinking, is it because of that girl that came out? I think they did a cooking video recently, but then she went on a podcast kind of saying she met someone when she was in London. So obviously she was talking about Lochan. So I'm thinking, okay, that might have triggered her as well because obviously it's still fresh. And there's this another dark skinned girl. I don't know if she's black. I think she's black. I can't really remember her face now, but she's got dark skin. So maybe that just triggered her as well. Like, not necessarily I need to warn this girl, but this guy's just going to go and do the same thing to her as he did to me. Maybe another reason. Maybe. Now, I've never experienced interracial relationship before, like personally. I know friends have done it, family members. Me personally, I've never dated outside of my race. And that's not necessarily by choice. Them white boys ain't checking for me. The Asian guys ain't checking for me. Like, let's just be real. I'm not their spec. I'm not their type. They have this, if they want to get with black women, I'm usually not the type. Okay, which is fine. But I was thinking, you know what? I'm saying, I would have left if someone said something racial towards me. But would I have? I don't know. When it comes to intimate relationships, like when there's feelings involved, a lot of things people do. People stay for worse. People stay and endure worse for different reasons. I'm just like, I don't want to be commenting on something I've never experienced before. So Lochan responded to it, kind of making it seem like it wasn't what it was. But Whitney has come out with even more receipts. You said it. Lochan, you said it. Whitney came out with more receipts. And she was talking about her experience with him. She wanted to keep it cute, but she's airing it all out now. So it's not even the remark he made. She's also now talking about how he was treating her, how his mum would make like a running like joke about her skin color and stuff like that, which is wild to me because like his mum isn't. It must be like wild to be intimate with someone, like be planning the future. You think you love them or you are in love with them, and you find out like how they really think of you. I can just imagine, even with the Janae situation, I can just imagine how triggering and like annoying it is. More than annoying, but I can just imagine when it comes to leaving relationships when someone does wrong or you speak to your family about it, and then whatever it is, like it defies logic. Being in love defies a lot of logic. So people need to stop saying, oh, but why did she stay? Why do people stay when they're getting abused? Physically, mentally, verbally. Why do they stay then? Why do people stay if someone has a baby on them? Why do people stay if somebody has an addiction? There's so many reasons why. It doesn't make sense. But if you're not in it, you can't really give your 2 pence about it, So I hope, women have really learned a lesson, not just women, men as well, like learn a lesson. When you break up with someone, don't give people grace. I can understand, like, obviously she's a celebrity, she's in the public eye. She probably doesn't want to be going back and forth like we're doing now. She might not have wanted to do that initially. Keep it amicable, don't mess up the brand, don't mess up the whatever. But she was triggered by something, which I think was those two those two things that I mentioned before, and she wanted to share experiences. There's nothing wrong with that. Like he's the one that did wrong, right? He did wrong. So it doesn't matter when she came out with it. Doesn't matter. You can call her bitter or whatnot. He doesn't absolve him from saying what he said. And this should also be a lesson to, like, you know, when you're in a relationship with somebody, if it's not working, you know, don't just think, oh my gosh, but people are going to say, oh, I knew they were going to break up or da-da-da-da. No. It's not meant for you. Somebody that is using you for whatever reason, whether it be financial, whether it be for clout, whether it be for whatever, them using it, that's not the person you're supposed to be with, okay? Whitney, now you've said your piece. He's been exposed. You know, now you can move on with your life with not a heavy heart. What's that word? What is that phrase? Well, you know what I'm trying to talk about. There's a weight lifted off your shoulder. That's it. I knew it was something to do with the upper body. Also, she said something about, you know, when she was changing herself, when she was, you know, when she did that video about, you know, wanting to be a certain type of woman, probably started dressing a certain way. Guys, no. The person for you will want you in all, you know, in all your forms. You don't have to tone down your Africanness or your, you know, you don't have to tone that down to make someone else feel comfortable. Go where you are appreciated. Go where you are celebrated. You know, I'm not saying all people that are not black don't, like, love and appreciate and care about black people. I'm not saying that at all. There's many out there like that. However, we've seen so many examples of interracial relationships where people disrespect the other person's culture. People, you know, I don't really like those people, but you're all right, so I'll be with you. Or wanting, or fetishizing it, or wanting mixed babies. Like, we see this all the time, you know. Go where you are celebrated. And that might be in an interracial relationship. I'm not saying it's not. But if someone is showing you, treating you poorly, even this is race aside, you need to leave. This is one of the reasons why, besides white guys not checking for me, or Asian guys, or, you know, non-black people not checking for me like that romantically, another reason why, like, is protection. Because I've seen stories of, you know, people, married couple, interracial couples, they're, you know, having arguments, and then the non-black partner now uses the N-word. And what, like, now you're 3 kids deep with someone that's just called you the N-word. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I really have to potentially worry about someone cheating on you, gambling, you know, financial promiscuity. All these different things you have to worry about in a relationship. I don't want racism or colorism to be part of it. You know, I mean, we already have to deal with a lot when it comes to relationships. I don't want that to be an extra thing. I already get that at work. I already get that in society. You know, I don't need to have that in my intimate relationship that I'm sharing my space with, sharing my body with. I don't have time for that. Whitney, you'll be good. You're going to find someone else. Lochan,